was 1,000 naira per day. Right now, with the increase, they are being paid, Chairman, they are being paid 3,000 naira only out there. 3,000 naira. So the president now saw it and he was even embarrassed and said, no, it should be doubled. So now a recruit is being paid 104,000 naira. That translates to about $72 per month, not per day or per week. So this issue of overhead is serious. And my fear, Mr. Chairman, my serious fear.
How much do you earn when you are on field work? They said on the average of 90,000 if you are sent out to do to go and fight bandit or when you are not in the barracks. How do you assess this money? You say part of their problems is that this money is divided into two. Sometimes they are given 45,000 per month. But the problem is that the 45,000 part of it was collected together and they give them food. They said, go and eat this food. Whether you like it or you don't like it, you eat this food. And that has been the complaint. So I said, what do you want the National Assembly to do? So
after a long review appeal, the president now showed reason.
Yeah.
Before now, an army personnel in the field is paid 49,000 naira per month. And their feeding allowance, as at before now, when the president raised it, was 1,000 naira per day. Right now, with the increase, they are being paid, Chairman, they are being paid 3,000 naira only out there. 3,000 naira. So the president now saw it and he was even embarrassed and said, no, it should be doubled. So now a recruit is being paid 104,000 naira. That translates to about $72 per month, not per day or per week. So this issue of overhead is serious. And my fear, Mr. Chairman, my serious fear is the revolt from the army.
Okay, thank you. Now, I'm sorry, sir. I agree entirely with what Senator Ndume have said. Our military should be well compensated and they should be paid good salary. I agree 110%. And I know the president is working towards that direction in all ramifications. I know that houses are being put together to give to them, all the fallen heroes, and a lot of things. This is a package. I know in the next couple of weeks, you will stay hearing some of these ideas and innovation and reform the president is bringing into the security. But let me say this, sir.
There's observation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's not, before you do that, right, I want us to clarify this first figure. This first one.
No, another major problem is
I want the chairman to just say either yes or no. Okay. Chairman, please, I want to know, is this personnel cost 2025 1,141 billion and 1,254 billion, and up there it says 70% of it's either two ways. It's either there is an error or the 70% is not associated with the personnel cost of 1.14 billion.
Chairman, I don't think the 70% is associated with that.
Okay.
Because from the submission of the Chief of Army Staff, the personnel emolument is 1,254.
That the new one.
That's the new one.
Is devoid of this
void
thing.
of,
okay.
Yes.
It's only associated with the capital
with
and overhead.
And overhead.
Okay, correct.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, okay. Yeah.
Sir, the personnel and what he gave there, and you look at the capital, he told us that the capital is going up as a result of the employment that will be done. Yes, sir.
Capital is all related to...
No. He said so, sir. He said so. And I was thinking that it's supposed to reflect on personnel too. If he thinks that we're going to recruit about 29,000 personnel, they will be trained, they will be so capital can increase. But it's not reflected in personnel.
That's why you have 1,254.
Okay. So the 734 billion is for equipment and every.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Senator Nigi.
First of all, let me commend the president for doubling this ration for the military. But one thing I wanted to find out, which I hope the chairman has, what is the strength of the Nigerian army?
Yes.
What is strength? What is the man's strength? You say 28,000. On what? What is the strength? We have been battling with that. Secondly, the amount of money, all said here, last 5 days, I was coming from Abuja, and I met a military convoy of 3 vehicles, coming from Kaduna by road. So I stopped when they were about to refuel. So I asked who is ahead. I introduced myself to them, and then have a conversation with them. The fact of the matter, you are also a military man. Where monies are actually appropriated to take care of this gentleman, I said, how much do you earn when you are on field work? They said on the average of 90,000 if you are sent out to do to go and fight bandit or when you are not in the barracks. How do you assess this money? He said part of their problems is that this money is divided into two. Sometimes they are given 45,000 per month. But the problem is that the 45,000 part of it was collected together and they give them food. They said, go and eat this food. Whether you like it or you don't like it, you eat this food. And that has been the complaint. So I said, what do you want the National Assembly to do? So well, so far, if the 90,000 for field workers will be given to them at the end of the day, they'll be happy. But for their seniors to now say they must go and eat in a particular location, go and eat, whether you like it or not, eat. This 45 will be given to them, and this 45 doesn't even go to them as adjournment due. So it's problematic, and it's important for the chairman and to know that Oversight, meet these officers, you are one of them. You know what is happening. The federal government will send a chunk of money, but I also know, as a matter of fact, that the federal government, through the president, always sent intervention fund. And this intervention fund, because of the bureaucracy, they don't tell the National Assembly. They don't allow the National Assembly to know the intervention fund. More often than not, when you raise it, they say it's not appropriated. No money in this nation will be sent out without appropriation by the National Assembly and spent in a manner prescribed by the National Assembly.
Even under emergency.
Even under the emergency. So even when the president spent, you could see he reflects back. I said, I've spent this money, but you have to give it legitimacy. But the security agencies, more often than not, because of the security nature of their job, they don't want us to know, they don't want to open their books, and at the end of the day, it is the common military, the common person that are suffering. And these are people who go out and put their lives in front. Most open officers are always behind and giving tactical advices. I am sure the only thing that we need to do as a committee, Mr. Chairman, is to enhance our ability to oversight.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, very important issue that we must address as a Senate or as a committee is about the releases to the Nigerian Armed Forces. Not only the Nigerian Army.
Your mic.
Mr. Chairman, one very important thing that we discuss or we should prioritize is the issue of security and welfare of citizens. That is the purpose of government. In a situation where you have our citizens laying their lives down in all the virtually 36 states in order to have peace in this country. And in this budget, despite the fact that this is a new change by the president, this is the time that we have near 10% of the budget. Mr. Chairman, for me, out of this 58 trillion, if half of it would be spent on to secure Nigeria, so be it, and it's worth it, and Nigerians will clap for us.
Okay.
Not only now, during the last, when I was Chairman Army, I insisted and I spoke to the then president personally. That when they introduced, with their support, they introduced the front-loading system. All these figures that we are reading out here, the Chief of Defense Staff and Chief of Army Staff will have to be calling minister, begging them to go into Ministry of Finance and all that. These monies, Mr. Chairman, we should put it in our budget, that having declared issue of emergency, state of emergency, their money should be front-loaded, either 50%, so that they can go and work and ask them. Finally, let me say about this feeding. And because I know, Chairman, we are always in it. The feeding allowance that they are paying now is only 3,000 per day. You cannot be giving soldiers 3,000 every day. So what they do, the supply and transport prepares the food, because you cannot be at a point in your bait and then leaving that bait to go and look for food.
No.
So they bring the food to them.
Ration.
The ration. So that ration is from that year 3,000. The soldiers are saying, give me my 3,000. So that is the problem. Come back, Chairman. I think you should allow.
Yes, that's the issue. That's the issue.
Yeah, thank you very much, Senator Alin. You have spoken very well. As I've said, anything we can do to secure our country is not too much for us. Now, because of that, we see some external interference, but we believe that they are working very closely with the government of the day. But let me quickly correct something. The intervention given to them by the federal government is a joint, it's from the federation account, not from the federal government consolidated account. The federation account includes both the state and the federal government. So they are coming under the security architecture to give them that intervention as a way of trying to assist the overall security system of our dear nation. That is why if it's not coming through our appropriation, because the appropriation is for the appropriation of the federal government, not for the federation. So for the federation, the state contribute, the federal government also contribute before sharing of the remaining balance, including the local government. So everybody was involved. But sir, if you look at the second page, the total you give to TRADOC is wrong. Please let them correct it. I think you have observed it. Yes, please let them correct it as well. It's very important. And sir? Yes, sir. Closing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The entire table. Yeah. Are you with me, sir? So I want to plead with you, Senator Yadra, let them correct it. Now, give us the specific. This 734 billion. You know, it's huge. It's not just, it's almost a trillion naira. And if we are bringing a trillion naira into the budget, it must be clearly stated what the money is to be used for. So you put up a letter listing the item by item we want to. So by the time we are consolidating our reports, and they now said give army so, we will call the DG budget to say that the president has declared emergency in the security architecture or in the security of the country, and army is asking us as a result of that. I know this 734 is their request, Abi. It's from them. They are asking for additional 734 to their budget. So, and these are the lists given to us by the committee chairman as to what their requests are. So, should in case the president wants to increase the budget size, this will be one of the items we want to give to them, that they will write back to the National Assembly for them to increase, and but we'll do. But please, maybe before today, tomorrow, let us have those lists signed by your very self and your clerk, and give it to the secretariat. That is the breakdown of the 734 billion naira. And that of overhead too. You have said their performance was 20-something%, which is the Bismarck performance, and is nothing to write home about. because a lot of things are carried out or done on a day-by-day basis. So we must do something about that. We will also discuss, and I believe there is an ongoing discussion on that. I know the president wants more for you. We will know, maybe because of the intervention, that was why this was not that much. But let us ask and reason why the performance should not be more than 20-something%. And we will not support that. So on that note, the chairman Senate Committee on Army want to have a. Yeah, go ahead. Are you sure? No, I want you to ask.
Okay, not very important.
No, it's not important.
I'll take it up for 1 hour.
No, go ahead and tell it. Go ahead. Army, we want to thank you very much for all that you have asked for. I want to say is justifiable. We will work together very closely to ensure you can achieve all of this with us. But please, be at alert, be available to defend some of this of your position when the time comes, because definitely we have to look into this. It's very critical, and we will do just that. You can leave us for now. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and my distinguished colleagues. Thank you so much.
Monday, and I've directed the secretariat, 11 o'clock, you must circulate the timetable of all committees we are receiving to all members of appropriation committee. And it starts by 11, and you must make sure they have it latest by Saturday. Yes, sir. Latest by Saturday, let them have the timetable. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so we can take it from there. So motion for adjournment.
Move for adjournment, Mr.
And one side, even if I don't come, the deputy chairman take charge, and it starts 11. Even if I come, I can come and join later, but it starts immediately. Motion. The motion is moved by our leader. Yes, I have moved by our leader, Senator Adamu Alero, and seconded by Senator Mustafa Saliu. The committee stands adjourned to Monday, the 22nd day of February at 11 a.m. We rise.